This is the barbecue chicken pizza with the flatbread. And then this is the spicy chicken pizza with the flatbread as well. And then this is the cauliflower crust pizza with Beyond on top, all right? Now the biggest difference, this one pizza has 1,100 calories. The two of these pizzas combined, less than 1,000 calories actually. This one's 470 calories and this one's 500 calories. So we just left the gym. We are in front of Walmart, about to pick up a few items from one of the recipes in the virtual kitchen inside of the Pocket Coach, all right? We just did our weighted cardio session. So I'm gonna pull out the Pocket Coach right here, then go to the virtual kitchen. Can they see this? The thin crust pizza, right? So this is the thin crust barbecue and spicy chicken pizza, meaning you can do a barbecue version or you can do a spicy version. And it's gonna show me exactly what I need. So the whole pizza is 470 calories, 34 grams of protein, and then you can see the carbs and the fats there. And then the ingredients, right? It also gives you the instructions. It also gives you the video on how to make it. And this is what we're about to make. Now, let's just say you're making this for 2 people. Just tap on 2 times and it gives you the ingredients that you need for 2 people. If you're making this for 3 people, it'll give you the ingredients, the amounts that you need for 3 people. So you know how much to weigh out on the food scale when you're making this recipe, all right? Now, we're at Walmart to grab the flatbread. I'm gonna be doing a flatbread version, but we're probably also gonna go ahead and get a actual pizza crust as well for Dwayne, all right? The flatbread, I'll be completely honest, as I did in the actual video of the recipe. The reason it's only 470 calories for the whole pizza because it's a little, like, maybe about this long, this wide, but it's stupidly thin. It's flatbread. It's literally flat, right? It's like super flat, but you still get that flavor and that texture and the enjoyment of eating the actual pizza, all right? So I can technically make 2 of those and have both of those for what, 940? Is it 940? About 940 calories for 2 pizzas, right? And that's not even half of my calories for the day. So, you know, we have those options, those low calorie options, so you can still enjoy the foods that you're making. You know, this would be a good option for people on a date night or really any night of the week, right? Got really good ingredients. You get your protein and everything that you need. Now, again, we're gonna be making a new one for Dwayne. We're gonna do a bigger, thicker crust. So we'll probably add the additional bigger recipe pizza crust to the virtual kitchen as well. So we're probably making 2. We're making one from the virtual kitchen and then a brand new one. Now, what we can do is actually add this to our meal plan, right? When you have the Built by Plants Pocket Coach, you can design your own meal plan. And I'm gonna show you that right fast. I can literally go here and select my meal plan and I can pick the day that I wanna have it on. So today is, what's today, Thursday? Mm-hmm. Tap on Thursday and I can have it for my lunch, all right? Technically it'll be dinner because what time is it, about 4? And it's gonna take about another hour or so. Still gotta run a Whole Foods. So I'm gonna go to my save the recipes, tap on my meal plan, scroll down to Thursday, and you can see I just added that for lunch, and I can remove what was there, all right? So you can see what the calories for that meal right there at the bottom. Now, if I add a breakfast and a dinner and a snack, it'll give me the full calories for that full Thursday, so I know how many I'm taking in. And then I just use the BBP coaching app to actually track those calories. All right, now the cool thing about the Pocket Coach, in addition to creating your own meal plan, you know, you can just move things around. I can drag this meal and put it for dinner if I want, so I can do all type of cool things. But I can come up here and generate my grocery list, okay? And now I know exactly what I need to buy for the full week, right? Or I can tap on the regenerate button and then I can just pick the days that I want to shop for. So today, Thursday, I'm gonna just shop for the ingredients for that thin crust pizza. And I'm gonna do it for 2 people, right? So since I'm making 2 pizzas. And then I'm going to go back up here and regenerate the new shopping list. And it's gonna give me the ingredients that I need just for that specific pizza, all right, for 2 people. So we're gonna be grabbing some flatbread, some vegan cheese, some mindful chicken from Sweet Earth, some barbecue sauce, Hughes, because it's a low calorie barbecue sauce, right? Or sriracha if you want a spicy one, and then some onions. And I know exactly how much to get, how many grams, right? So that's the dope thing about the Pocket Coach. Y'all can get your membership. Go to builtbyplants.io and sign up for it. $1 free trial. It's not free, but it's $1, right? So a 7-day $1 trial. And then right now, the price of it is $27 per month. That might be going up because we're giving away a lot of value. So y'all might want to take advantage of that right now. So let's go up in Walmart, grab our ingredients. I don't know if they sell the mindful chicken here, so we may run over to Whole Foods, which is literally right up the street. Quick side note, if you all don't have the exact ingredients in here, you can buy an alternative, all right? So maybe you don't have the mindful chicken by Sweet Earth. Just find a different alternative, a meat alternative or a seitan, and you can even add tofu, whatever that protein source is that you want to put on that pizza, right? It don't have to be the exact amount. Just because you don't find that exact thing that it says inside the pocket coach or wherever, you can always just go with the flow, right? Everybody, like throughout the whole states or the world or whatever, all the different areas going to have different vegan options for the protein. So find something that matches roughly within the same amount of calories and protein, and you're good to go. All right. So they literally had 1 pack of the Joesph flatbread that we needed, but it has honey in it, and we don't play the honey game. So we're gonna go to the other Walmart and grab it. But while we're here, let's go ahead and see if they have the pizza crust for Dwayne, so we can make that. That's where we get this one. So we found some cauliflower pizza crust, right? Cauliflower base. Usually cauliflower is less calories, which is a good thing. But make sure that you're paying attention to the nutrition facts so they don't trick you. Like it is trick Dwayne. It says 110 calories right there, right? And it's easy to assume that's for the whole thing. The issue is that's for just 1 serving. That's 5 total servings in this whole piece of crust. Meaning that only 1/5 of this piece of crust is 110 calories. But the whole entire thing together is 550 calories. All right. So read the nutrition label, see how many servings per container. All right, and however many servings per container, this number will be the serving for 1 serving size. So you want to times whatever this number is, whatever the total calories for 1 serving, times the servings for the whole container. And that's how you'll get how many calories the whole thing has. Try that out. So, cool thing about the pizza sauces, right? You can go with something like this right here. Let's see. This is only 35 calories per serving, but the serving size is about 60 grams, right? So try to find one that's relatively decent as far as the calories, that also don't have a whole bunch of ingredients. This don't have a lot of ingredients, right? This has about garlic, onions, tomato puree. This is solid. Don't have a lot of stuff in there. So we're gonna roll with this. Got our grocery list, right? So we're gonna go to the other Walmart to see if we can get the flatbread. As far as these, we have vegan cheese at the house, so make sure that you check off everything that you have already. All right. Let's see, what else do we have? We have sriracha at the house. We have onions at the house. And then, the only thing we need is the flatbread, the mindful chicken, and I'll probably buy some more Hughes sauce. Now, the Hughes BBQ sauce, the honey flavor is actually not honey. Oh no, natural honey flavor, but it's not honey. I looked it up, and it says natural honey flavor. That just means they use flavors that kind of mimic the honey, so to speak. But you don't even have to get it if you don't want to. That's suspect here. We also have the original Hughes. Now the reason you want to use Hughes is because look at that. For 1 serving size, which is 30 grams, it's only 10 calories. Now you can compare that to the average barbecue sauce. Let's just go with this one here, Kraft. A serving size, which is 36 grams, is 50 calories. What is this one? This is Masterpiece, KC Masterpiece. A serving size of this, 35 grams, is 50 calories. So literally, I can have 5 servings of the Hughes, which will be 50 calories, versus 1 serving of the KC Masterpiece, which is also 50 calories, all right? So always try to save calories when you can. Go for the lower calorie option. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab the barbecue sauce by Hughes, the original flavor. So I always hold the Hughes. Now, keep in mind that all of it is not vegan, so you still want to read the labels, right? Just make sure you're picking the right options. Here's some mindful chicken. But for the whole container, 360 calories, 49 grams of protein. So we're at our second Walmart, and we found the Joesph flatbread. The last Walmart only had one pack, but that pack had honey in there, and we're not having that. So this is what it looks like. This is about the size you can expect for one of the pieces. All right. Now, one of these flatbreads has 120 calories with 12 grams of protein, which is really solid. All right. It's a nice baseline to work off of. Now I'm gonna go back to the Pocket Coach grocery list, and then I'm gonna just go ahead and check off my flatbread. I only need 2 of them, right? So this pack comes with 4, so we got 2 more just in case we're gonna make some next week or whenever. So that's it for all my grocery lists. Everything, we got everything: the vegan cheese, mindful chicken, we got the Hughes, we got sriracha, and we got the onions. Now shoot back to the house. Go ahead and make these pieces. We're probably gonna do about 4 different pieces, 2 with the actual pizza crust, and then 2 with the flatbread, so y'all can see the difference. All right, so first we're about to make the 2 thin crust pizzas from the BBQ Pocket Coach. All right, so I got all the ingredients pulled up, my amounts. All right, so this recipe is gonna include 2 flatbreads, the Joesph flatbreads, 180 grams of the Hughes BBQ sauce, 60 grams of sriracha, if you don't want the barbecue sauce, if you want it to be a spicy one. And then 160 grams of the mindful chicken and 120 grams of the vegan cheese, because this is for 2 pieces, all right, not 1. And then 110 grams for the yellow onions. A few extra things to this pizza, just a few light veggies, just some peppers, some bell peppers, things like that, just to add a little bit more flavor, a little bit more color. All right, nothing too crazy. So I'm gonna reset the scale. Always reset it if you put a bowl or something on top so that it doesn't take the weight of the actual scale. And then I'm gonna just add in the mushrooms. Just add the rest of them in there. So we're gonna start off with cooking the protein first, all right? So we're gonna use some cooking oil spray. We're not gonna use any actual oil or any actual butter. That's about all that we need for now. If we need more, we'll add more. But I'm gonna let that heat up a little bit, and then we're gonna add our seasonings to the vegan chicken. The same ones that I always say we use. We got some garlic salt right here, garlic powder, African fried rice, and then some Szechuan. All right, just keep it very simple. We're gonna add that garlic powder. Add as much garlic powder as you want. Probably not the whole thing, I don't recommend, but you can add it. I don't know if other people season in the skillet. Am I the only one that does that? You season in the skillet?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good.
Except for this tofu. Bag.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, tofu, you need to make sure that's good. Even though I still season in the skillet with the tofu. And then I'm just gonna let that cook. So when you're making the recipes from the virtual kitchen, although they have a specific calorie amount, that doesn't mean you have to follow that calorie amount to a T. You can adjust your ingredients, all right? You can add a little bit more of certain foods that you want to add. You can add a little bit less, right? A little bit more protein, a little bit less of the cheese or whatever you want to do. You can also use alternative brands. If there are certain brands that we're using that you don't necessarily like, find a swap, right? The goal is to teach you how to cook and how to flavor your foods, how to make them taste really good while still getting your nutrients and sticking with your fat loss goals, while also eating enough protein so you can maintain and build even more muscle and eating good tasting food, all right? So don't feel like if there's a certain, let me turn it down a little bit. If there's a certain meal in there that doesn't necessarily fit your calories, right? Maybe it's too many calories, right? You can always decrease the ingredients. Maybe as opposed to using, let's just say one of them said 55 grams of avocado for whatever reason. Maybe you cut that to 25 grams of avocado since it's higher in fats, which is higher in calories. All right, you can make adjustments and maneuver certain amounts so that it can fit within your goals. So keep that in mind. If you see something in the virtual kitchen that's higher in calories, or on the opposite end of the spectrum, maybe something is really low in calories and you see it, but you're like, oh, I want something that has a little bit more. You can always double the serving, or you can add a little bit more of whatever it is that you're cooking that you're trying to make. All right, so you have the ability to make adjustments and modifications based off of your specific requirements and your goals, the calorie amounts. For example, the pizza that Dwayne's about to have, the whole thing, if he was to eat the whole pizza, it's about 1,003 calories, right? Which sounds crazy when you initially hear it, like, damn, 1,000 calories. But if it's your second meal for the day and you only had lunch, and let's just say your lunch was 600 calories, that's just a total of 1,600 calories. But for Dwayne, for example, he can have about 2,400 calories, 2,700 calories and be perfectly fine based off of his activity levels and such, right? So eating 1,000 calorie pizza isn't necessarily going to be detrimental to his fat loss goals, all right? Having one meal that's a higher calorie meal isn't detrimental if the total caloric intake for the full day is controlled, all right? If your calories are 1,700 and you have 1,000 calorie pizza, you still have 700 calories roughly, right, to play around with. Something nutritious. All right, so what I'm doing now is just chopping down the mindful chicken into smaller pieces so that it fits nicely on the pizza. We have more spread throughout the pizza and technically look better. Let's go ahead and finish up with the veggies. I'm not gonna cook them like super heavily because it's going inside of the oven, right? So just add a little garlic powder there. About to make the Beyond patty because we're gonna have that one for the Wayne's pizza. So his is gonna taste much better than mine, which I'm slightly jealous about. But he has more calories than I have, so he can afford it. Just in case you didn't know, Beyond products, the sausages, the burgers, they don't need any oil, they don't need any butter, they don't even need any cooking oil spray because they produces their own, all right? So you don't need to add any extra. Literally just throw it in the skillet, let it break down, and it will produce its own oil because it contains oil. So this is what a sheet looks like. Super thin, right? I am not the biggest fan of thin crust pizza. Let's go ahead and layer this out. I'm gonna add some cooking oil spray. Now this whole thing, 550 calories, like I mentioned earlier. Now you can see the two sizes, right? The biggest difference, because circumference isn't that big, right? The biggest difference is the thickness. This one is a lot thicker than this. This is really flat. This is a very easy way to go about doing so. All right, so where we at? I'm gonna go with 125. Get the spoon. We're just gonna work our way from the middle to the edges. Add the sriracha. Now the sriracha, 0 to very few calories. It says 0, but when it says 0, I always say just add 5 to 10 just to be on the safe side. Because what they can do is round down, right? If it's close to 0, they can just round down to 0. They have that leeway, and it's literally legal. So go ahead and just add a little bit there. So we're gonna go ahead and start decorating Dwayne's pizza. Some onions. So we have about 10 grams of cheese left to add. I'm gonna hold off on that because I'm gonna add a few more ingredients prior to that. Or beyond. So The actual pan didn't fit, so what we're gonna do is just take the aluminum foil, place that right there, just like that. 15 minutes. Check in with it at the 5-10 mark. So we have the Wayne's pizza cooking. His is gonna take a little bit longer than mine, since his is a little bit of a thicker crust and mine isn't an actual pizza crust. It's more of a flatbread. Not more of, it is a flatbread. So I'm gonna go ahead and start adding in the barbecue sauce. So this is the barbecue chicken pizza. Where we at? See how close we are to 90. There we go. Should be about 90, 89, close enough. For the way we use the chow cheese, I'm going to use the Daya. I believe the chow cheese is lighter, so it creates more of cheese. You can have more cheese, at least from a visual standpoint, than what the rest of them are. So let's see what we have so far. I'm gonna go with about 2 servings, 25 grams. Now we have about 10 more grams left, and I'm gonna do it the same way that I did with the wings. Now I'm just add the protein. Now the thing about the thin crust is you don't want to necessarily pack it too much because it is very thin. You want to be able to hold the pizza up. Next time y'all see it, it's gonna be done. And you can see how the wings is coming along. Cool, so we're gonna throw this one in once the rest are done. So I believe for the thin crust, it only needs to be in there for about maybe 8 minutes or so. Let's check it. Yeah, mine's about done. Let me take that out before it overcooks. The wing's still cooking, like I mentioned, because it has a thicker piece of crust. And there we go. Look at that, smooth transition. Perfect size plate. Barbecue chicken pizza. You got the mozzarella cheese, which looks really good with the chicken, and then the barbecue sauce on there. All right, so whole entire thing, 470 calories. Like I mentioned, again, you can go up in calories or down in calories depending on what you need. It's super thin crust, all right? Keep that in mind. And here is the spicy thin crust chicken pizza. This is the barbecue chicken pizza with the flatbread. You can see the bread is really flat, right? And then this is the spicy chicken pizza with the flatbread as well. And then this is the cauliflower crust pizza with Beyond on top, all right? So these two are made with Mindful Chicken by Sweet Earth Foods. This is made with Beyond Burger, crumbled up, okay? Now the biggest difference, this one pizza has 1,100 calories, right? By itself, this whole thing is 1,100 calories. The two of these pizzas combined, less than 1,000 calories actually. This one's 470 calories and this one's 500 calories, all right? So it's about how you go ahead and maneuver everything and how you combine your ingredients and the options that you choose. I personally rather have 2 pizzas, even though it's thinner crust, because psychologically it makes me feel like I'm eating more food because it is technically more volume if it fits within your calories. There's nothing wrong with having that option either. This works more into your weekly caloric intake because it's only 470 calories. Like, who don't have 470 calories to spend, right? We're gonna start off with the one that we made for the Wayne. That's pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it could have been a little bit longer. I don't know.
That's how I like it.
Like this?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, cool. So Dwayne says thumbs up. I like it. Real good. Damn. Where the fuck it going? The thickness of this does matter.
Told you it did.
Yeah.
That's at least for me.
It does make you feel more full faster. Now we're gonna try the other spicy pizza, but this is a spicy chicken on a thin crust. This is very spicy. You might have to support it with 2 hands. It's super thin crust.
Super. I'm gonna have to fold mine up, guys.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Oh man. Mm-mm. That's it.
So I will say that this one gets straight to the point. Mine, the crust, taste that. You taste, feel the texture while you're chewing on the crust. This one goes straight to the chicken.
Flavor right out the
Right.
gate. All right, now for my personal fave, the barbecue chicken.
So let me go ahead and.
Here we go. These are like pizza roll-ups. That's it.
So I like to be honest from time to time. I love Beyond Meat, but I will say that my pizza does come in last.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Over this one?
Mm-hmm.
Over the barbecue chicken pizza. He preferred both thin crust pizzas over the regular pizza crust, which means the less than 500 calorie pizza he enjoyed more. The ones that are already in the virtual kitchen and the pocket coach. The new one we just made, he said it came in last.
But I still like it though.
I'm not gonna lie, I definitely didn't expect you to say that.
I didn't expect me to say that.
I thought you would say you enjoy Beyond more, and if this had Beyond, you would like a little bit more. I thought you were about to say this was last.
No.
That's shocking.
Like I said, out the gate, the flavor gets right to the point.
Yeah.
I don't have to chew as much.
Mm-hmm.
This one is like a whole pizza that I have to chew and then just get into the flavor. Of course, I like Beyond better, but I mean, it's definitely my top 5 for sure.
Oh, dope. So that's a wrap for all of the pizzas. If you haven't tried any of those, they're all inside of the virtual kitchen, which you can access inside of the Built by Plants Pocket Coach. All right, if you go to builtbyplants.io, you can get a subscription. You get a $1 trial for 7 days, and then you pay the monthly price for access to all of our tools, our meal planner, macro calculator, all of the recipes, all of our training programs, all of our nutrition strategies. Everything that we offer is inside the Built by Plants Pocket Coach. I advise you to get your membership now because the prices will be going up because we're actually undercharging currently at the moment. So when I said to that recipe, any of those that we just created, they will all be inside the virtual kitchen. Yeah. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.